Okay, what's going on, folks? We got a quick lesson today on molecular mass. So before we jump into what molecular mass is, let's just review real quick what is atomic mass. Um, so first I just want to show you again where you find atomic mass on the periodic table. Atomic mass, like for example, we have titanium here. Atomic mass is this number down on the bottom, right? And so what is atomic mass again? Well, just a quick review. Atomic mass is the average mass of all the atoms of an element. And so then what is molecular mass? Well, molecular mass is the average mass of a compound. So when you have more than one element bonded together, you can calculate the mass of that compound. And you just do that by adding up the mass of all the atoms in that compound. Molecular mass has a lot of different names, so I just want to kind of show you some of the other names that you'll see for it going forward. Keep in mind these terms aren't all the exact same thing, but they essentially all mean the same thing. And so for that reason, I think you need to know all these different terms for molecular mass. So sometimes it's called molecular weight. Sometimes it's called the molar mass. Sometimes it's called the formula weight. Sometimes it's called the formula mass. These terms all essentially mean the same thing, though. If you have a compound, the mass of that compound is the molecular mass, or any one of these terms. Okay, so let's just quickly go through an example. Here we have butane, which has the chemical formula C4H10. So the first element in that compound is carbon. So I'm just going to write down the element symbol. Number of atoms in this molecule, well, because of that subscript 4, we're going to say that there's 4 atoms. Atomic mass. So again, we get that from the periodic table. So let's take a look here. Carbon is 12.001. I always round to 2 places after the decimal when I calculate the mass. Sometimes you need more digits than that, usually not. So I'm going to write down 12.01 for my mass here. And then in this last column here, we're just going to multiply the number of atoms and the atomic mass together. So 4 times 12.01, you should probably use a calculator. Here, I'll model that good behavior. 4 times 12.01 gets me to 48.08. Okay. The next element in this compound is hydrogen. There are 10 hydrogen atoms. The atomic mass of hydrogen is well, if we round to 2 places after the decimal, this 8 will round that 0 up, so it should be 1.01. So 1.01, and then when we multiply those two together, we get 10.1. And again, use a calculator for this. Don't do it in your head. I'm sure some of you probably can do this in your head, but make sure that you're using a calculator. It's just a good habit to get into. Molecular mass. So then the way we calculate the mass of this entire molecule is we're going to add up the mass of all the different atoms. So all the carbon atoms weigh 48.04 atomic mass units. All the hydrogen atoms weigh 10.1 atomic mass units. So we add them together and we get 58.14 atomic mass units. And so that's what we're going to be doing for each problem on here, is we're going to count up the number of atoms, we're going to find the atomic mass, we're going to multiply the number of atoms by the atomic mass for each element, and then we'll add up the total mass of each element to get the molecular mass. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye.